Red.
How do you do a stream raid is your question. Not sure. But it's not really the questions of the night. The questions of the night is what's happening now, and that is tonight's episode of Embers, Chapter 3, Order in the Court. Now,
Tonight on Embers, Chapter 3.
I love it.
I think it's actually not order in the court, but ass in the court.
Ass in session.
Ass in session. As you guys, at last session, you guys were trying to find Granny and Nutty Faye Moontoes, and after finding her place, you were led into a ruse by William. Reality shifted around you, and reality was manipulated by William, so much so that what appeared to be a well-lit house with a relatively live Nutty is in fact instead ransacked and been, well, she's dead, let's just say that. You guys had to fight off some ghosts that came out of a device that William dropped. And after fighting the ghosts, you were approached, and, well, not really approached, as more as ambushed, by the High Elf. Hello. By the guards, the police force of the High Elf Elven Empire of Senegal. Brom was taken away by Peter in order to do things at the order. Meanwhile, Peter had a few things to say to you guys, which leads to about a day. Maybe we can know that days go by. One day has gone by, and Brom had just left. It's about the evening, and Peter's at the table, and he goes, "So, I have some update for you guys in regards to the Cloud Kingdom up top."
Fantastic. What the fuck's going on?
Well, the Cloud Giants are quite divisive, so I've been able to find a few speckles here and there that we can possibly convince to come to our side, and maybe even give us details about William. Because one thing that really makes me wonder is, the man has powers. How can the man actually, and I'm just saying this, but how can this man realistically, logistically fund an insurgency? Not just weapons I'm talking about, but giant shit. There's a stream up there, and when it comes to the Cloud Giants, they have an eye on certain things. I will have more details after you all are cleared from what's going to happen to you all now. Are all going to court. You, let's see here. He looks at his notes and goes, "You have been charged with trespassing, lying in your passports, touching a deceased, murder."
Oh no.
Touching the deceased?
I don't think he means like that, buddy.
Well, no. I thought.
Nutmeg, just shut up. Nutmeg, shut up.
I'm gonna make like an ass and get out of here.
Word. Not another fucking word.
My immediate instinct is to
Lawyer,
run. The last time I dealt
we-
with the cops, it was not very fun. So
We need a fucking lawyer, please.
My
and thank you.
character is booking it out of there.
Well, speaking of lawyer, the elves do deem certain people who require a lawyer, but since they were able to do their thorough homework and see that you are a representative of yourself, of your military, not your military, your mercenary, masquerade, so to speak, they believe you can represent yourselves.
Those bitches.
The elves.
So
Go ahead.
days have passed. You said days have passed, so we get a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Yeah, you
Well,
guys get a long rest.
Teddy wants to make sure so Teddy can change some spells around too, because if we're in a jail cell, we know this is coming up beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point. That's a good point right there.
Yeah. Notice your jail cell, mind you, is more along the lines of a nice apartment, almost. The elves have a very, it seems as if that there are rumors, so to speak, of going to the lowest of the low. But in terms of where you are seen as higher as a political entity of yourself. Meaning you get the privileges of some politicians. You don't get a decreased jail cell. You get a small, low-cramped room with an ankle bracelet around. Which, by the way, there's an ankle bracelet around all your ankles. Noticing when it ran around your all of your ankles, it merged in size, almost like a ring meshing to someone's leg.
Can I do a perception check? I want to see if there's any hacksaws nearby.
Look, actually, Trickster, you see in the distance, like a, one of those 18th century's music machines.
Ooh,
a
medieval jukebox?
Yeah, a jukebox, and when it starts, you hear notable words that send shivers down your spine. Let's play a game. That's the whole point.
Oh no.
And then
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Kyle, do I happen to have any butter left over in my pockets?
I would say you've eaten it by this point.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I was trying to do some slippery business, but I think it's out of the question.
So, Peter continues and goes, What you need to know going forward is there are 5 judges. You really need to know their new order to present. It's Elven Council stuff, so you have one who's the Supreme Judge, who's Speaker of the High Elf Empire. You also have the Speaker of Magic, Speaker of Conflict, Speaker of the People, and Speaker of the Ages. If you're able to convince a majority of them to let you free, we can continue on with the plans I have created.
Okay. So to be clear here, I'll put this in chat. What are the 5 speakers?
Yes, I can give you their names if you would like to, Relix.
Sure. Let's do names and title or area of expertise.
First one is the Supreme Judge and Speaker of the Empire.
Okay, and their name?
Miamos. M-I-A-M-U-S.
Can I get their date of birth, social security number, and funny numbers in the back of their credit card?
Yeah.
Okay, and the next one?
Speaker of Magic. Judge Eluin. E-L-U-I-N.
E-L-I-U-N?
U-I-N.
U-I-N. Speaker of Magic. Okay.
Speaker of Conflict. Judge Aerona. A-E-R-O-N-A.
A-E-R-O-N-A.
Yep.
Okay, next.
Last, not last. Speaker of the People. Axis. A-E-X-I-S.
A-E-X-I-S?
Correct.
And last one?
Speaker of the Ages. Fatulor. F-A-T-U-L-L-O-R.
Fat what?
Fatulor.
So F-A-T.
U-L-L-O-R.
U-L-O-R?
U-L-L-O-R.
How do you pronounce that?
U-L-L-O-R. 2 L's. Okay.
Fatulor.
Fat Uller. Okay, fantastic.
Fat boar.
Fator. Yeah. Fatulor. Now, I have been able to do you all a good solid and scrounge up some details about these judges.
Ooh.
The one's gonna. You'll ever heard the saying? Sorry, I'm mispronouncing my words. Aizen Lazen.
No.
No.
Lazen. It's an Elvish term. Lazen means essentially fourth. With you I do, for sake of laissez-faire.
Oh.
Now this is
Not me googling what laissez-faire means.
Bro, I don't speak baguette.
Yeah. It's something to do with markets and freedom. Basically, the saying is, if I do what you need me to do, I have free will to do whatever I need to do.
Eye for an eye?
And it's kind of
So it affects. So, technically, Oxford Dictionary bullshit. Laissez-faire is letting things run its course without interfering.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In that case, I need to redo my.
Well, shit.
Oh, what did you mean then?
I meant if I do what you need me to do, I have free reign. It's like a free market is what I was trying to say. But you know what? Random words, I'll mean what they mean. Aestus laesus. It means you do me one, I do you one, you give me one.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Eye for
Oh,
eye.
hey, we got a saying too. If you mess with ass, we mess with yours.
Yeah. This is gonna be a shitty situation.
You guys are always a fun time to be around. Let me go ahead and write this down. Aesius.
I want to get out of here.
Laesius.
I'm going crazy.
Alright. So, that is going to be Aesus Laesus. The reason why I bring that up is because, essentially doing things for the Elven Society, especially in the ways of, gifting almost, can lead to doing small tasks to big tasks. The Speaker of Conflict. Any point in the session, the judges can call forth and speak with you. It's kind of like not getting a break, but you kind of like get a break and speak with the judge and have a little break and go back. Look, I guess what I'm trying to say is, Speaker of Conflict, I've heard through the grapevine, is looking for someone to do the work that they're asking to do. It has something to do with the hills in the northeast. Apparently, some Canadians are sounding the alarms.
For what?
Well, they're a race people. They're a race of stone people with really long hair that's as long as 50 to 20 feet. So it's also magical. So God knows
They have magical hair.
they do have magical hair.
Impressive.
Indeed. Don't piss one off. But anyway, I believe the danger that I've heard is considered high enough that, let's just say, people of your caliber will be a great addition to getting this problem fixed. And doing so might be able to get the Speaker of Conflict on your side. If you do her the solid. Don't overplay your guard. Don't make it sound like I told you already.
Message received.
Yes. Oh yeah. Other
Moving on.
notes. The Speaker of the Empire doesn't speak much. Seems fair. Sorry, I don't have much notes on him.
That's all right. We just need majority, so we don't need all of them.
Yes, that's true. Speaker of what's up?
However, so even if you don't have much information on his wants or needs, do you have any background of him? Also, you said Speaker of the Empire. That's not one of the speakers you gave me previously. Did you mean Supreme Judge or Speaker of the People?
Sorry.
Speaker of the Ages?
It's the first one is Supreme Judge and Speaker of the Empire.
Okay.
He's just like the main judge. He's often the tiebreaker. In terms of background, he went through school for quite some time. He was a judge. He was a fair, decent judge. Known for being able to separate the facts from the facts from the feelings, but he has shown to have some compassion, especially with children. And then he looks over at Carl, and then Peter looks at Carl.
Don't imagine how he'd react.
Yeah. So, milking. If you're gonna milk anything, milk the fact that you childlike innocence, but don't push it too far. He might think you're leading him.
Never overplay our cards. Got it.
Yes. So that's the best I can give you on him. The
Okay.
Speaker of Magic is really well versed in it. However, though, he seems had to have a history of stubbornness.
I will break him.
You will do no such thing. You sit, stay, shut up.
I did not mean physically.
Shut up.
I like this guy. I think he's got the right idea.
Stubborn and Speaker of Magic is Elwyn.
Yep.
If you remain afraid of everyone all the time, you will never get anywhere. You will stay
Fear
here
has
forever
nothing
in
to do with
prison.
it. Fear has nothing to do with it, and we are in a very nice place. I would not call this prison. I don't want to fucking be here. You want to fucking be here?
But you got your ankle locked up. It's not nice. That's not good.
I don't want to be here. I want to be out of here.
I'm sorry, Peter. Before we were so rudely interrupted, what the fuck else can you tell me?
Sure. So, Speaker of the People, you might want to underline this one. The Speaker of the People, especially throughout the thousands of years of this empire, have always been to me on the side of the outsider. Kind of giving, for example, his name. Speaker of the People. Oh yes, Axios. Axios has a soft spot for outsiders, and kind of accept, from what I've heard, accepts your ignorance for not knowing everything, but showing that you're respectful and you did everything within your power to do what you're trying to do. Essentially, I guess what I'm trying to say is how honest you want to be with them.
Prove we had no malintent and we'll be alright.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Moving on.
That's
If any one of you lies to judge, I break you.
So no lying is what you're saying.
Yes, I would say so. It's already difficult considering the elves were able to figure your identity out.
We didn't do anything wrong, so as long as we didn't have any malintent anyway, so we should be fine as long as we tell the truth. So, Fatuler, Speaker of the Ages, what you got on him?
Now, him is the odd one, because it's not so much as what you can do to please him, in which to please him, he's a thinker. He's a thinker and someone who can honestly help us. He represents the history, intelligence, overall the grandeur of this empire. And even I know some elven secrets. I mean, the man's almost 900 years old. He might know something that might be essential to William. So pleasing him, which is more of the question of if you can intrigue his interest in you, you might be able to open up a little bit. But that is something else, and that is being direct and open about William. It's up to you guys. But like I said, you're already starting off on a sour foot with the fake passports, with unfortunately getting caught.
Wait, did we? I can't remember. Did we use fake passports?
You did.
Yes.
Yeah, you used fake passports
Okay.
and got them rushed by a week.
I did not.
You did not. No, you came here. You came here on your legally.
I guess he's here by association.
Yeah. He goes, the worst as of right now, if I had to say, I'm not a lawyer, but as of right now, they're not. The elves are thinking maybe something along the lines of fine. Not fine as in you're fine, but like fine you for the passports.
Okay.
But
Now-
like I said, these other charges though, they do want to see you in person.
Okay, so Peter,
Yes.
you know more about the Elven court system than we do, even if you don't know much.
Uh-huh.
Is it as simple as there's these 5 judges that we're talking to? Is there a jury? Is there any type of crowd listening? Is there anyone else that we will be arguing against? Is there a prosecutor, or is it just us and the judges?
It will be you, the judges, and try to remember the layout of the courtroom. There's balconies in which people can sit, usually reserved for people who are of higher standing. But in terms of who is going to be under fate, is these 5 judges. You just need to get a majority. They operate very much like a council, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to figure this out lately, but Elven monarchism is almost democratic and righteous in a way. It's kind of like, you know, these guys would be Illyrica's best friends if they didn't have like an empress.
Okay. So now, last question.
What's that?
Are we allowed to call on witnesses?
Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
that.
Ooh.
I believe so. You are representing yourself.
Okay.
Wait.
So then-
wait, we don't get lawyers?
No.
Oh
That-
no.
This is why I was I was talking to Teddy and Paul before the session.
Yeah.
I just heard that we were I saw the message about be ready, or fuck, what was it called? Something about lawyers or law and order. Like, okay, I'm glad I'm a charisma-based class. This is what I'm here to do. So Kyle, while we're talking and getting through this, just to let you know, we talked to a local right when we got into town who gave us directions.
Yeah.
If we can call on witnesses, he'd definitely be one of the main ones we call on.
Yeah.
In case you haven't already thought of that, so you can be ready for when we inevitably talk about him.
No, that was actually a. I was wondering if we were going to bring him up. So he.
Fantastic.
Definitely make a request before the jury tomorrow, to bring him in if you would like to.
Okay.
Would it be worth trying to contact Gertie? Because she knows
Ooh.
Granny
You know-
Moontoes.
And she knows us more personally.
True. Yeah, very true.
The tricky part is we'd need a magical way of contacting her, because getting her to this realm like that, unless again we do it magically, it wouldn't be easy.
I mean, she is a hag.
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
what happens if we use our special key on one of these locks on our feet?
You try so, and it doesn't work out. It's meant for a keyhole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Make a
Well,
door. Make a door.
Or a door specifically, I suppose. I was just really curious of what happened.
Unless you become the door. Ooh.
Ethan, we should probably tell you about this in case you don't already know. We have a magical key. When we put it into a lock of a door, the door changes to be it becomes a door into a pocket dimension that is kind of our
Home base, I guess.
it's not even a home base, it's more of a safe house, because we can't access it too often, only like once every 3 days or something.
Yeah.
But we can hide people there, we have rations there, there's beds.
Unlimited beer.
Yes. So if something were to go wrong and we'd need a safe house for a while, There you go.
I
There's
see.
there's also one big important thing that you know about the safe house here, right?
Oh yeah. That's
there's
right.
some fine print to it. I didn't think we'd have to go into it, but yes.
Yeah, I think if the door is broken or something, then you're
Actually,
stuck inside.
I'm actually referring to William can't see you guys in the room.
Oh wait, really?
Hey,
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
We're invisible in there?
He hinted that, yeah. One of you guys encounters.
Oh shit. Oh, I didn't connect the dots.
Hinting why he asked you, what's in the room? I'm really curious, because apparently I can't see it.
Oh, wait, no, but that means he's omnipotent about everything else.
Well, no shit, it's William.
Well, I didn't think he meant it literally. I just thought he was joking about it.
Talking about what?
Why am I arguing with a clown? Why am I arguing with a clown?
Because
Okay.
people aren't normally omnipotent.
Shut up.
What does that mean?
Omnipotent means all-knowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not all powerful, but he is all knowing. Oh
He may
boy.
not be omnipotent, but he may have access to scry spell.
Yes, William. Trust me, guys. Like I've been working on revealing the bag a little bit on William to kind of tease you guys up. And I'm kind of doing that now with the speaker of the ages. Shit. There was something I was gonna tell you guys. Was there something you guys asked me? And I was gonna say. I don't know.
Yes. I asked you if there was someone else we're arguing against, like a prosecutor, or if it's just the judges.
Yes. You're correct, Redux. That I do have your name. I have his name.
I think I just had a big brain idea. What if we put William in the room, and then we break the door, and then he's stuck in the dimension forever?
That's
we don't
true.
have to beat him. We can just defeat him.
Because
Can't you
if you
just
go in the
teleport?
room, well, he's in another dimension. It's not that easy.
I mean, unless he can dimension hop, I don't know what he can do.
But as soon as we lock him in the room, then we just throw the key in a bag of holding.
Or we throw a bag of holding in the room because you're throwing a. It's essentially the same as putting a bag of holding into a bag of holding.
Oh no, dude!
Oh god, break the time.
You're gonna
You're
double
right.
kill him.
Which is why I'm glad we didn't bring that up earlier when Nutmeg just walked in there carrying a bag of holding.
I purposely leave it outside the room each time.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna freaking
I
trick
hate
him.
Yeah.
there's a fly that is just flying around and hitting himself on my lamp again and again and again, and he's just making noise at this point. I didn't care that he was here. Now he's just fucking annoying.
It's William.
He is my spirit animal.
It is William. I'm getting a vacuum.
It's William.
Isn't that just the Breaking Bad episode about the fly?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was like the last episode, or no, it was like some in the last season, I think. That was really fun.
It wasn't about a fly.
Yeah.
There was a Breaking Bad episode where there was a fly in the meth lab.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
now.
mhm.
Yeah, he like goes insane and cleans it.
Mm-hmm. So, of these 5 judges, which one is weakest link? Which one we break first?
Well, sounds like the speaker of conflict you can do with just brawn. I'm sure you got nothing to do, no problem using your brawn. But the other ones will have to be speaker of the people and no third judge could be either or any of them.
Bro's vacuuming right now.
Don't worry. We break one judge, many will fall after that. It's like domino.
So we are fighting the judges?
No, he means that figuratively.
The word break has more than one meaning. Did you not know this?
I mean, yes, but
Were you absent on that day of kindergarten?
we got to skip kindergarten
I didn't go to school, okay?
where I was from.
A bit complicated.
I see.
Yeah.
Anywho, now that I'm done killing flies that may or may not be William,
I feel like that's a hate crime towards people like me, and I like flutter my wings a little bit.
I mean, you're not that tiny, are you?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm bigger than Carl.
Oh, yeah, if that's the case, then, like, you're just an oversized fly.
I'm 4'10", 30 pounds. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm fucking like anorexic.
Yeah.
410? No.
You
You're
just have
smaller,
hollow
bro.
bones.
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
That's why my AC's 12.
You have a bird skeleton.
You're just gravitationally challenged.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh man. So.
Okay, so what are we doing next? What's the next step here?
Well,
We're
the next
breaking
step
the
was
weakest
question,
link.
which was you. I do have your answer for you, by the way, Relix. The opposing lawyer on the other side of the aisle is going to be batting against you. His name is Byron. B-E-I-R-A-N.
B-E-I.
R-A-N.
Biren.
Bjorn,
Cool.
I have a record for him. He studied near high of his class. Is considered one of the highest lawyers with the highest success rate of incarceration. Really, nothing I have here is good.
Very good lawyer.
Accurate. That's all you need.
So, if this wool lawyer were to happen by chance to fall down a flight of very long stairs and break every bone in his body, who would be backup lawyer?
That's a good
Can we promote this guy to new head of S? I like the way he thinks.
So, okay, last question, I think, for now. So temporarily question. When is our trial date?
Tomorrow?
You will have a day of preparations for tonight and tomorrow, and so 2 days from now.
Oh.
And freaking tastic. Relix is gonna stand up from the table, pick up the notepad he's been scribbling on this entire time, and just walk to the other side of the room and then start pacing along that wall and not talk to any of you. And that is my excuse for walking away from my desk right now.
How long are the links on our chains, on like the locks on our legs?
There's actually no chain links. It's like almost like a giant wristband around your ankle.
Oh, so it's like probation to the device or something.
Yeah, it's meant to track you, and if you remember correctly, Trickster, the big burly elf who put it on your ankle, said, "Just so you know, this thing will tell us where you're at. It'll also shock the shit out of you if someone says the right words."
The right words.
Yes, it's words you'll never say.
How do I know if I haven't said them yet? I
Find out.
Oh no. I'm afraid
So,
not.
can I try something
What's that?
since we're in here? So William has a necklace, correct?
I don't think so, no.
I thought you said he had a necklace before.
He has a pocket watch.
That'll work. We've seen the pocket watch enough, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to sit down and use locate object and try to locate William's pocket watch.
Whoa. Holy shit, what? Can bro even do that?
Ooh, okay.
Describe or name an object that's familiar to you. You sense a direction to the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet of you.
Yeah, but
If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its motion.
no, but could it be any pocket watch or specifically his? How do you know which one you're searching for?
The spell can locate a specific
I
object
love
known to you as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
Guys, I love Alex. I love Alex's acting right now. It's great.
He's missing out on valuable information right now. We're about to find William and end the game now. We're gonna end the movie in the first act.
I can still hear you, motherfuckers.
Oh, okay. Alright. We're gonna kill William soon, by the way.
Doing so, you don't sense him.
Oh shit. So, wait, what's the range? You said within 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
Within 1,000 feet.
So, I mean, we can keep triangulating, right? Pythagoras theorem style.
I have 2 more questions.
What's that?
Is the cloud even good at math?
And I have 1 for that.
No.
But go.
Question number 1. The Judge of the Ages, the very, very old one,
Yeah.
where you talked about how he's very good about history and intelligence of the Empire. Do you think he knows about William?
That is why I want you to wow him.
Oh.
Because
Oh.
anyone in this empire is gonna know about William, or better question, what made William into William? It might be him, because granted, the reason why we're trying to go into Asahan's temple is because Asahan can literally give us a bird's eye view into what we're trying to look into and see what's going on into the what's happening, because he's old enough to see it. Granted,
Okay.
the old ages isn't that old, but he's known enough that I believe what I'm hoping for is anything, curse, magical item, any, I don't know, story old as time, anything like that, he might know.
Question number 2.
Yes.
Within the courtroom, are we allowed to cast magic?
It determines the magic, but if I remember correctly, you must ask for it, because the bracelet on your ankle, and like it operates by words and phrases, and it can also
Okay,
negate
so it's not like, yes, you can cast magic, but it's like, within reason, don't try and kill someone, there must be a logical purpose to doing so.
I mean, I would imagine ones that you have to use your voice for are gonna be like dead giveaways. But it has to be something that's not obvious.
Well,
If I-
yes,
If I were you, I would always ask permission. That's usually how it
of
goes.
course, I'm just,
You know,
there's no point
theoretically,
in
you
me asking
know.
permission if I'm not allowed to anyway, so.
Fair.
Anywho,
Thinking about using the command spell.
Yeah.
Agree.
So, guys, would you like a few minutes to kind of like think about what kind of game plan? Because all of you will be brought up to the stand, including the child.
Child. Oh boy.
Hi.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, Carl on the stand.
I like croissants. Hi.
Can I plead insanity?
Yeah.
You might get away with that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, do you guys need like 5 minutes to talk it over, or like?
My friend is an elephant.
Where is it?
Yeah, that's not fair, bro.
Where-
I got away with this.
where exactly is... So Braum would be a wonderful witness? Where the fuck is he?
I don't know, dude.
He left.
We took a right turn at the house. He took a left turn.
Shut up, Braum.
Hold on.
I didn't ask you.
Hold on.
I didn't
Hold on.
ask you. I didn't ask you either.
You're talking about basically a dementia-ridden elephant as one of our character witnesses.
No, when you say it like that, you know,
Anywho.
maybe it's not so good an idea.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Tell you guys what. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to give you guys 5 minutes to prepare. You are going to be asked to recount your events, certain events especially that you did, going Earweld, as well as information that you might be asked upon, especially questions about William if you bring him up. So I don't know if you guys need do you guys need that time, or do you just want me to go with it?
Who was the first guy we're talking to?
You're going to be talking to all of them.
Do we know how far back specifically they're asking us to go?
If I can remember.
Like from when we entered?
Yes.
Okay. I have a outside of character question for the DM.
Yeah.
exactly how much time has passed since we actually came together as a party. Since the original night we met William.
Oh shit.
I would say middle of spring. Maybe middle
Okay,
of
I don't know what
summer.
season it is now, so that tells
Oh,
me
sorry.
absolutely shit.
It's like it's like the first month of summer. You guys have been together about a few months now. It was about
Okay.
a week. It was about a week journey getting out of Gaunt's.
That's a lot to remember.
Yeah, it was a week getting out of Gaunt's, a month in Lodenlands, and then now you guys are 16, 20 days in.
My tiny
Okay.
clown brain can barely remember what brand of butter I ate yesterday. You
Shut
don't
up,
remember
clown,
from
I didn't
5
ask
months
you.
ago?
That is because you ate
So-
7 brands of butter yesterday.
Exactly.
So what I'm hearing is we've been at this about 2 going on 3 months.
About that, yeah.
Okay.
I know it's aged you, hasn't it?
Mentally.
Definitely aged his liver.
True.
Sure. Alright. Well, I guess this time, you guys want to go ahead and go to court now?
Before we go, could we have a meeting with opposing counsel?
And what did you mean go to court? We have 2 days to prepare.
I mean,
True.
Alex, you're looking like a judge yourself right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Peter, can you give us a minute to talk? Please, thank you, goodbye, get out,
Sure.
shoo! And
Yeah.
Rillick starts like lifting him out of his chair and like fucking shooing him out of the fucking room.
Peter, before you go,
okay.
do you know if elves customarily allow for the meeting of the opposing counsel before the trial?
You're asking about.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
meeting of opposing.
I'm asking
Can we
if,
talk to
if
the
we can
other
talk to
lawyer?
the prosecutor, yeah.
I'm sorry. You said something.
Oh,
Can we
no,
talk to the other lawyer?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we don't get
yes,
lawyers,
You can.
do we?
You can actually.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We don't get a lawyer, but there is a lawyer who is prosecuting us who I would like to talk to.
You
Oh,
you can
that's what you mean.
Sorry, I almost forgot about that. You guys can talk to him.
Oh, you can do that? It's a normal thing?
Yeah.
So,
It is an American law.
You can. A lot of people don't suggest it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, you know, anything you say can and will be used against you and such.
And it
Well,
kind of depends on
no.
the situation too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the situation a lot, but no, it's anything you say in a meeting with opposing counsel cannot be used against you,
Oh, really?
usually.
Usually. So, I guess there's no reason not to.
Yeah, the whole reason people say everything can and will be used against you is like you should always be careful. Technically, not everything can be used against you, but like act like it can.
Well, it's part of the Miranda rights because if anything you say to the arresting officer can be used against you.
I only smoked 2 bowls today, officer.
Shut up.
Now that's going to court.
You can meet this man tomorrow evening.
Fantastic. We'll plan on it. Have him meet us here because we can't leave, and we'll talk to him.
You got it.
Guys, okay, hear me out. What if we bribe him?
Fantastic. Clown, shut up. Peter, get out.
Goodbye. Goodbye, folks. Until next time.
Peter, you didn't hear that, right?
I heard nothing.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Peter, get the fuck out. Clown, I swear to God, I will put
Must
duct
be-
tape over your mouth and have you sit in that corner.
I have so many good ideas flowing right now.
You
You
will
have no
sit
idea.
in that corner.
Dude, we're gonna win this.
Trix,
Plus an S.
do you even have any goal to bribe someone with?
I have some shiny keys in our dimension door thing
Alright.
in my secret stash.
Can
I have
I?
a very brief question.
What's that?
To what manner of our effects do we currently possess?
A mana for effects?
Ooh.
How much of
How
our
much
stuff
of our
do we currently
shit
have?
do we have?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Your
I assume we don't have our weapons.
your weapons have been confiscated. Gonna say weapons have been confiscated,
But we still have our
I still have my fist. I can still punch.
Yeah, I mean, you still. I'm sorry, Teddy. What did you ask?
If we still have our arcane focuses.
I believe so.
Okay.
What are those again?
That's what I use to cast spells.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, yeah, you have those. Yeah, no, it just like I say, you feel like your magic's kind of weak from the ankle bracelet.
And we're constantly being monitored.
Yeah,
I can still punch.
you can still punch.
Worst case.
I mean,
So
that
is the
may or
only
may not be
thing
magic.
are the only things I've lost are weapons.
Yes, just weapons right now.
If Carl raged and got into his big mode, would that break the anklet thing?
Can he go into big mode?
Hmm.
Carl, when you go into big mode, you notice the ankle bracelet just goes bigger in size.
Oh, frick.
So that's
Okay.
DM always has an answer.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, hear me out. I have 4 vials of poison right here.
shot.
No, we do not. Wait, who?
Wait, we
do you
need 5.
poison? Who are you poisoning?
All of them.
Don't worry about it.
The
you're talking about
judges?
the judges.
Oh, wait, no, you know, make that 6 because you need one for the opposing lawyer.
My
No,
God.
Oh,
you cannot
you guys
kill.
are going that route. Okay.
No, but if there's no lawyer to oppose us, we're fine, right?
They,
Can I have one of those vials of poison?
I will hand one right over.
Fantastic, fantastic! And I start walking right over to the clown.
I mean, this isn't butter.
Relix has a crooked smile on as he's just holding the vial right here.
This doesn't taste very good.
Trickster. Do you remember when I told you about putting duct tape over your mouth and having you sit in the corner?
Relix, I got sovereign glue if you want to make it more permanent.
Okay, maybe I remember.
Fantastic. Anywho, here's what I'm thinking. I assume Peter's actually left the room by now, and so I'm just gonna start talking.
Yeah.
Okay, all of you chuckle fucks. Here's what we gotta do. So first of all, we didn't actually do anything wrong, right? We didn't come here with malintent. We didn't kill her. We didn't, like, intentionally destroy anything. We weren't trying to disturb the peace. We did not come here with the intent of, well, I guess that falls under malintent. The point being, so as long as we tell the truth, for the most part, and appeal to their wants and or needs, we should get out of this fairly scot-free.
But don't we have illegal passports? That's kind of like not good.
Yeah, but they said they only fine you for that.
Oh, if
They
that's the
only
case-
fine us, and if
Okay.
they ask us about that, again, we tell the truth. Because the whole reason we used our passports is because we knew, coming into this, that the elven community is not exactly fans of us. And we didn't know how our presence would be perceived by the elven community as well as the elven government. That is why we used our fake passports. And so if they ask us about us, or if they ask us about that, we tell them that that's why. That we didn't know how you guys felt about us, and we felt like coming in and doing something to make our presence known, to make you realize that we aren't what we've been made out to be. Then we wouldn't care. We wouldn't be using your fake names.
I'm gonna give you guys 7 minutes while I go fill out my drink and stuff. So if you guys wanna.
No, what I'm curious about.
Without me hearing it. Okay.
Fantastic.
What are we gonna ask the judge about William? What do you think he would know, or what could we ask?
What if he's a
So-
William 5?
The judge probably has no idea what the William is.
Okay.
Yes, and even if he does know about William, he probably doesn't know his name or ever met him. So, here's what I think. We can, again, tell the truth about everything. We can talk about William all we want, but do not mention him by name. That way, if the judge does know who we're talking about, they will recognize him not by name, but by the distinct characteristics that we use. Eventually, we can say, we know him as William. And hopefully that will help the judge, if he does know something, put a name to the distinct characteristics
So
and
you
powers.
think William isn't even his real name?
No, I'm not. I did not say that at all. I said that I highly doubt the judge knows William by William's name. He probably just knows
Okay.
him as some strong, weird, shitty person.
That's fair.
I highly doubt William is William's true name because names are powerful and you do not give them out willingly.
Also true.
That's fair.
And now here's the tricky part: is we also need to be aware that that these people aren't stupid. They probably know shit about us that none of us know about each other, and none of us want to talk about.
That was gonna be my next question. Who has shit on them that is worse than what we're being charged for?
Yes. If you have something that you've been hiding from us that can get us in trouble right now, speak now, or we're all fucked.
I like to think I open up my trench coat. I have like all this fucking illegal contraband in there.
So
I don't
I
though.
want to like look around at you guys. Like, are you guys gonna say anything?
So Relix is gonna roll up his sleeves, which is not something he does very often. In fact, no, he's just gonna take off his trench coat. Ethan, just so you're aware, because I'm not sure if I told you this. Relix pretty much always wears like some nicer dress pants, a button-up shirt, a tie, and a trench coat, like a white trench coat and a white top hat. Not a top hat, but like kind of like a white fedora. And the sleeves are always down to the wrists, and he's always very covered. And so Relix takes off his trench coat and rolls up his sleeves and shows his scales. Because Relix has in the past hidden, or at least not talked about, that he has draconic descent and dragon blood in his own blood.
Ooh, pretty.
And so that is a secret that he's been sharing more recently, but hasn't actually talked about. So anyway, Relix takes off his jacket, says, "This is probably going to come up." He doesn't even say what it is. He just kind of shows his scales and the snake that he hides under his trench coat.
You see the Dragonborn looking at you and probably looks you up and down and goes, "I have a feeling between the two of us you probably won't be the problem."
Well, you can't hide it.
Any?
No.
I actively hide it.
Does it matter?
Why not just embrace your true self, Alex?
My point, I'm not Alex. My point being
Really?
is this is something that I hide from most people that they might ask me about. If you have something similar to this or worse, say something. Clown, that is not an excuse. You don't get to talk.
So, did I tell you guys why I left Zoiderlands?
Why?
No.
So, long before I met you guys, I kind of had to leave in a little bit of a hurry. Because I got into a little bit of trouble. I'm slightly wanted there for murder. A string of murders.
Everyone from 0 to 100. Everyone from 0 to 100 to 200 to 300 to 400. Really fast.
This is a murder case. Yeah. You were supposedly the last person to see them alive.
Yeah. See, no, well, it's not as bad as you guys think. Okay.
Okay.
So when I was in Voiderlands, it started off small, a couple nobles, things like that in nature. They'd be sick, and we didn't have a lot of money, so people were like, "Here, if take a couple gold, and if the guy that you're treating happens to die, and you have gold in your pocket now, it's all good." So I would do house calls as a doctor, and people didn't always get the best care, and things happened. And after 10 or 12 of them, people started to track me down, so I kind of just ran.
Okay.
Well, that is impressive. Also, probably not a big deal, but for me, I am part of Splinter Cell of Initian military that rose up and is partially responsible for overthrowing the current Tsardom, but it's not a problem. It's not important.
You're a part of a military that rose up and that overthrew a government?
Yeah, but it was always the winners that write history, so it's fine.
Yes, we are more like the losers of the. I'm essentially a refugee from my own country
Oh,
because I was part of a rebellion.
Okay.
It's fine. Won't come up.
What did that happen?
Whatever. Well, okay. Carl, you're a child. Sir, this is the one time I'm going to let you speak.
me?
I've committed massive arson and war crimes.
I did burn down an orphanage.
I mean, Teddy, the best thing you got going for yourself is severe negligence, like at best. Otherwise, it's just like medical malpractice at worst. Like, you're kind of screwed, buddy.
Okay. So here's what I'd like to do, unironically in the courtroom. Relix has a spell called Suggestion. I am not planning on using the spell on the lawyer or the judges. But I can use the spell Suggestion on each one of you and command you to do something. So I can command you to tell the truth.
Oh, why would we lie?
I could also just cast Zone of Truth.
Yes,
Yes,
can
I
also
didn't
do
have
it.
that spell, so this is my workaround. If you have that spell, so that way we can tell the judges and the lawyers we would like to cast Zone of Truth to not only that way you don't have to take our word for it, it will be blatantly obvious we are doing nothing but telling the truth.
Now,
This
at the
feels
same
like Good
time,
Boys.
we might just have like a Zone of Truth too.
Yes, that's a part of the reason why I asked if we can use magic. Because, like, if I imagine that's something that would have come up. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case.
This is why I wanted to step out, because I wanted you to be surprised by what you guys have going for me.
Yes, just as long as they don't ask me about orphanages, we're fine.
We spent a lot of time talking about, okay, if you have any hidden shit that you haven't talked about and haven't told us that might get brought up in court, the fuck is it? We're just now starting to get to strategy.
Well, there was that one playground.
There was this one time when I had a van with no windows in the back.
Yeah. There was one time at band camp.
So I think that we, all in all, when it comes to them asking us questions, we tell the truth. Carl, I need you to not act like a sociopath and just a arsenal.
Kids,
like punching
kids these
things.
days.
Don't act like an arsonist. Act
I'm
your
not-
age. Act like a child. Act innocent. Don't rage.
I like
Don't.
punching things.
Those are all the things that children do.
And then we'll just have to appeal, through telling the truth, appeal to each one of the judges' wants, needs, and perspectives. And we'll be all right.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, and Relix says, as he says, whatever you do, he walks over to Trickster and
what
leans over and just looks at him right in the eyes and says, whatever you do, shut up.
What do we do if the opposing lawyer has some funny business going on, like if he has some sort of like magic spell or something that cause a commotion or cause an issue?
Then we break him.
We break
It
him.
won't matter. So whatever spell he casts, either we will be casting Zone of Truth or there will already be a Zone of Truth cast. So then, no matter what funny business he brings up, we have nothing to hide.
Fair. That's fair.
We do have to be aware that we are not exactly saints. We have killed people.
Oh.
But it is
Yeah.
not out of malintent. It is not out of wanting to kill people. Well,
Well,
it is
I
not
did
out
not
of...
burn down the orphanage because I wanted to. It was orders.
it was
Yes.
self-defense.
This is all... Yes, it was self-defense, or it had a purpose. They were not good people. We do not just go rummage and pillage and kill people just for shits and giggles.
All right. So you guys ready sorry.
I think we're ready.
We're ready to talk to the lawyers.
All right.
So let's assume that all of this conversation has taken us 24 hours or such.
Yeah, no.
So now we're
everything's, the day's pretty much to yourself. Decent coffee, food's been brought to you, pretty decent quality as well. You've had your time to talk over and discuss, and time kind of flies by when you hear a knock at the door.
Relix walks over to open the door.
All right, you see a hair slicked back green elf, almost western in touch to an extent, on his hair style. He has his typical pointy ears and elvish-like glow to him. He's definitely high elf. He is wearing a elvish attire of some robes, but he's wearing a green vest, which is a nice touch. And he's carrying a briefcase. He looks up at you, Relix, and goes, "Hi, I'm Bjarn. Bjarn? Is it Bjarn? Hi, I'm Bjarn. You are?"
I'm Relix. Nice to meet you. We've got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to talk about it. So I'm Relix. Nice to meet you. And as I step back from the door and gesture for him to come into the door, and as he walks in, I'll say, the younger-looking fellow over there with the red hair is Carl. The Dragonborn is Ethan's character. I don't know his name yet.
What's his name again?
I gave you my name. My name is Ivan.
Ivan.
Ivan. Okay. Ivan the Dragonborn. We have the Trickster, the Clown. Don't ask me what his actual name is, because I don't know.
I don't know either.
And then the Fairy is Nutmeg.
Hello.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm going to be doing a lot of the talking.
Okay. That's me.
Fantastic. I assume there's a table in the room?
Yeah, there's a table.
Yeah. Okay, let's sit and talk a little bit. So, given that you're prosecuting, I imagine you have a few questions about something. I also have some questions, but why don't you start?
Sure. So I would like to state here that everyone here is innocent until proven guilty, and what I'm going to tell you with the situation is what situation we're all kind of walking into. Heard of ghost-like disturbances from neighbors, loud explosion, guards, police came in, heard that it was a banshee squeal, brought in the guards, and by the time they got there, you're there. The ghosts have dissipated from what magic we were able to tell, but we also noticed that there is a dead. There was a dead fairy, who, by the name of Nutty Faye Moontoes, who was, from what I was gathered, was respected in her field and was under protections, especially from the High Elf Kingdom, the High Elf Empire of Citadel. So not only is this a dead, nice old lady, this was a very intelligent and respected and guarded old lady. She used to have some guards in her past, but she requested them to leave, feeling as though her safety was guaranteed. That's the situation we have.
When?
Say again?
Wait, is it just Relix talking to him?
You're all around him.
Yeah, everyone. Relix was just saying that he'll be doing a lot of the talking, but that doesn't mean y'all can't.
Let me get this straight. You're saying Naughty Faye Moontoad is dead?
Yes. An autopsy was completed on her, and looks like, let's see here. Gonna say.
An autopsy was completed, yes.
Well, I usually have the autopsy here, but.
Your cause of death?
Yes. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm trying to find out.
Rummaging through his briefcase.
Okay.
So he can't be a witness for us anymore. Oh fuck.
From what we have here, we have handprints on her hand by another fairy, being the only fairy in the room being Nutmeg. We also have food that has been eaten. There has some signs that there has been food that has been eaten well beyond her point of passing. And we also noticed that the remnants of the ball that contained the foolish spirits has fingerprints of yours, Relix. And that's right. I finally found the cause of death. The cause of death is bludgeoning from large hands. Hands the size of a large man. Yeah, and well, he looks over at Carl and goes, "If I'm correct here, you can turn into a large man."
That is alleged.
Oh,
You don't
shit.
know anything about that. Right. Have you seen him be large?
I personally haven't, but we've had some contacts from your references.
I see. Well, so there's large man. You have fingerprint. So if you're forensic so smart, you have fingerprint, you know what killed her. Do you know when she died?
That is what we're trying to find out. What
Well,
we can guess.
you said that the food that was eaten was well beyond after her death. How do you know that?
That's true. I take that back. Well, we looking at his notes, he goes due to levels of decay. In which, if you remember, Nutmeg, when she was talking to you, she was decaying when she was holding your hands. That's why she was so cold. He goes, yes, levels of decay, possibly about a week or so. The accusation by some of the higher ups is that you all came in there and asking information about her past, didn't get your answers or wasn't getting your answers, and well, not only were you occupying the place, you were there for some time.
We were
you
there less
How
than an
long
hour.
ago did she ask for her guards to be removed?
And can you be a little bit more specific when you say some time? Because that could mean 5 minutes or 5 days.
True. Well, she requested no guards a couple of years ago, probably about 5, but yep, 5 years ago. I can see it now here. 5 years ago. The levels of decay is expected about a week ago passing, and what is believed is, as I stated before, some are believing that you all tortured her, got your information, and or were loitering the place until your next steps.
And to be clear what he's saying, he said that he started decaying 10 days ago?
A week ago, so 7 to 10
A week ago. Okay. And a week ago from present, or a week ago from when we saw her?
Present.
Okay. Either way, I don't think we were in this dimension.
See, that's the thing we're wondering here, because you use fake passports, and although their corruption in elven culture is something that we like to be honest about and say that we don't have, but that's the only gray area. If you would have came here under your own, and used your actual passports, we might have some solid basing to go against our opinions. But some of us believe you might have come in through nefarious ways. But like I said, these are indiscrepancies that I found too.
My friend, have you checked my passport?
Yes, actually, your passport, you came in a couple days ago. So
Yes.
So it's not to be believed that you were loitering there. However, though, you being in the situation with them in the room and the house is concerning.
I was seen coming in with these fine people they came over the same way I did.
Yes.
No.
I see you guys asked a witness. His Alpha Son, he's a Loxodon. Apparently showed you the house.
He showed us
Yes.
the house. There were several guards who gave us directions as well.
Yep. As well as there were there was a clerk that we talked to for a significant amount of time on the other side of the gate that I'm sure can also vouch for exactly when we crossed into this realm.
You see the one who gave you the passports?
No, we had these passports previously, but he is the one that got the passports in and expedited the process.
Okay.
I believe we will get into why we use those passports in the courtroom. But I think we need to make something clear here, Mr. Baron. We are pleading innocent.
Understood.
The accusations that have come upon us, we are not going to give in to, and our plan for the courtroom is to do nothing but plead innocent and tell the whole truth. So whatever you're planning on asking us, whatever you're planning on doing in the courtroom, feel free. And I also have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you happen to know if there's a zone of truth cast on the courtroom?
Yes. There will be a zone of truth that is asked. The
Fantastic.
elves have common courtesy to expect those to tell the truth, and those who are dishonest we don't take lightly. But if, let's say, if you're a spellcaster, you want to cast spell of truth on someone, go right ahead.
Okay.
Your
Fantastic.
magic will be sensed and checked by those most likely to document.
All right.
Now, do you have this clerk's and two guards' name or no general area where you found them?
So we don't speak much Elven or Elvish, so we don't understand their names. However, we spoke to them immediately after getting off the boat at the docks.
So, by
So-
the gateway, you're saying.
By the what?
By the gateway is what you're saying.
Yes, when they were on patrol, they were at the gateway, and the clerk. As a player, I don't know his name. Reyes. I'm not playing Reyes. Relix might. What? I made the fucking mistake to make two spellcasters, and their names both start with R. That was a horrible decision.
Huh? Okay. I will go ahead and send a request. It's gonna say court tomorrow is about the end of the shift. So yeah, no, I don't see any reason why we can't get these two guards and this clerk who is able to expedite the process for you, but also somehow it doesn't really have a connection to your fake passports. I find this concerning. But
That's fine.
We will be reaching. I will talk to those tomorrow. I will talk to those tonight. Send out contacts to bring him here, and maybe he can clear the air a little bit.
So
Fantastic.
I have one question.
Yes.
If their fake passports are in so much in question and require the main reason for the intrigue here, how is it that the fact that they came over with someone with a real passport? How is that irrelevant?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
I'm basically asking why is it irrelevant that they came over with why are the fake passports such a big deal if they came over with someone with a real one?
Well, because, I mean, one real passport isn't invalid. It doesn't validify the fake ones. Still
I'm not
fake.
saying that it makes the fact that they have fake passports a non-issue, but I'm saying if they came over with someone with a real passport and they're questioning how or when we got here because of the fake passports, doesn't make sense if someone with a real passport also came through with them.
Oh, because then
At
you
the
mean they
exact
have
same
an
time.
actual log. They have a log of it then.
Well,
Yeah.
did you go with them on the same trip?
I did.
Oh, okay. That changes some things, but I'll take care of it when I can. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ethan. For a minute,
question.
I thought you came.
Are you
second.
saying? Question: Are you saying that as the DM or as the character?
Character DM? DM
Okay.
saying this. So, in that case, you see Biran go, you know what, I see what you're saying. You did go with them using your passports, so you could very well vouch for them and be the designated witness. Although you are with them, we can still use magic to see if you're telling the truth or not.
I do not discourage this. You are free to use whatever you wish.
We will. And we'll also be talking to. He looks at you and goes, "You're a white dragonborn. I'm sure we can narrow some things down. Especially from where you're from, especially with that accent. Is it really that cold out there?"
It's colder than the stories say.
See, that's why I always stay here. I like the beaches out in Gaunt's, but I'm not a big fan of the cold. Good luck to you, sir, on that.
I have watched men die from frostbite in front of a fire.
Dear God. He looks concerned a little bit and goes, hi, ooh. What a way to go. Anywho, do you have any more questions?
Did you ever play children's game Break Boulder with Forehead?
Oh, I remember that game.
That explains a few things.
I love that game.
In all seriousness, Baron, I do have a serious question. So we have a few witnesses we plan on calling on. Most, I think, all of which you already know about. Are there any witnesses you plan on calling, so that we may prepare cross-examination questions for them?
Yes. Looks at his notes, and he goes, first one is the bartender. You visited before leaving. Actually, you know what? That's a bad one. I take that back. Give me
It's a really bad one.
give me a minute just to kind of think about it.
Okay, gotcha.
This is good. But I want to have something there.
Okay, because if you want to do the bartender, you're already getting the clerk from the other side, and it's basically the same thing because we talked to him at the exact same time
Yeah.
as the
You can
bartender.
you can also turn the tables and have one of our supposed witnesses, vouch against us.
Yeah, because he will be able to question the witnesses we call, or
Exactly.
in American law.
At least.
at least.
Yeah.
I have one question. As much as loath as I am to say it, are there people of holy persuasion present within this kingdom?
What do you mean? You mean on the council, or?
I suppose I would say in your team that is in charge of the investigation.
Who's in charge of the investigation?
I have no idea who's in charge of the investigation, so I'm asking you.
Oh, yes.
But my main question is, do you not have access to some sort of cleric or temple of some kind?
We do. And this is when he takes off his glasses and goes, "Gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. The investigation was done by the bureau. The elf, I don't know about you. I don't know if you know, but elves have had our own agents of intelligence before they were cool. Before they were stolen by humans. But the thing is, there are certain things here that clear you guys, but there are certain things that don't make sense. I remember he's gonna say, it looks like something changed reality.
That would be correct, yes.
Yes, yeah, and we're seeing some discrepancies from that.
Understandably so.
Yes,
Hopefully, we'll be able to shine some light on that during the questioning in the courtroom.
yes.
I also have a
Um,
question.
What's that?
Can we raise the victim as a witness?
Wait, oh, because we can speak to undead. We have used a spell. What was that spell? Fuck, I forgot.
Speak with Dad.
Speak with dead. Yeah.
We
We can you speak with dead though, can we? Unless
If they'll let us.
you
Well, there's a time frame. on it.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
well
Speak
right
with Dad?
now with how it goes is we're saving that till the end. We're saving that till. You see, with Speak Undead, you only have so many chances to use it. So, unfortunately, in the past, people would ask stupid questions, and then the next thing would be, Christ, have them go next to the realm they're from, or Crying to Recall. That's even more money, more time. But that's still something we could do to prove innocence. I guess what I'm trying to say is, sorry, I finally found your witnesses. So the witnesses are, let me see here. It's a hag.
Oh. Someone that I think is. Huh?
Nutmeg, do you remember her name?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you don't think. Oh, you don't think that's what that this is about?
No. That he's just saying that's one of her witnesses. Again,
But
trickster, please. So, yes, Gertrude is one of our witnesses that we'd like to talk to or talk about.
Okay. Let me see here if I can get her name. Come on, D&D Beyond. Remember my character. Thank you. Her name. She's a halfling, Seraphina.
Sure.
that sounds familiar.
It's been a while since we've seen her in person, so I'm not completely sure.
Yes.
Remember there was like a bracelet or an anklet we had to give her or something.
Yes, and there was also one more person, and that was gonna say he used to be a Viking. Says he's back at home, but is looking for work. His name is Sven the Younger. Ring a bell?
Oh, Sven.
To be honest with you, that doesn't ring a bell.
Remember the whole airship battle we had? Wasn't he like the owner of that airship?
Yeah.
Or am I mistaken?
He was under the one Viking you guys fought. He turned in. He wanted to turn in for a reward. He was working under them and turned to work for you guys. He followed you on the journey. Was on the airship trying to help out, and he has since gone back to his father's until further notice.
He was our ally. Okay.
There you go. All right, cool. So yeah, those are your three.
Wait. So we're not going to be able to talk to the
I'm not gonna go
Luxodon
with-
or the guards or the clerk?
No, you will talk to them during trial, of course.
Okay. So. Okay.
I think that's how it works. You guys don't. I'm assuming they don't talk to the witness. Can people talk to witnesses before judges in courts?
No.
So,
Okay, that's what I thought.
whatever. I don't know. Sure. Either way, this isn't American law. This is Elvish law. So, however you want to run it, we run it.
That's true. I'm just also a little bit more familiar with, because like when I tried. Okay, so this is what I was gonna say earlier. I found quite a few Reddit posts about like, oh hey, players are murder hobos. They're on trial. but I didn't find any that were on the lines of I'm trying to actively frame the players into this, and how do I do that? So that's where some of this. Like, I have a few pages written, and I have some of it off the cup. But yeah, that's what we're
I see.
going with.
I feel like if you get arrested, you're not really true murder hobos.
It's true. Like you have I remember Ethan squishing Rachel's skull of one of her characters because she was like murder hobo-y. I can't remember when though. I think it was like the campaign between the first campaign that we all died in and Pirates. God, that's so long ago now. Anywho, I'm digressing. So yeah. Any other questions you have?
I don't believe so.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Well, okay. Now, I guess my question I have here is for you is, why did you come to the Faye Moontoe's house in the first place?
I believe you can ask us that question in court.
Fair enough. Okay. In that case, I think I'm good on my questions. I will go ahead and send out the requests to bring those in. Yeah. He closes his briefcase and goes, I will see you guys tomorrow at court.
Fantastic. As he stands up from the table, Relix will as well. Shake his hand on his way out. Gesture out the door. Slam the door behind him. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay. That's done. That was easy. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. The biggest thing we have to do is, Carl, don't talk about killing. Nutmeg, please don't talk about your string of murders. And Trickster, just don't talk. Fantastic. Relix is gonna start walking up the wall with his boots of levitation and then just start floating and trying to sleep.
Got it. You do so. And the night goes by quietly. Except for Black Death. Carl, actually, is what I'm trying to say. Carl, you have a weird tattoo. You have a weird dream. You wake up and you see your arm where the tattoo is, and the arm of the tattoo is moving. What do you do?
I try to slap it away.
Alright, as you slap it away, I don't know if you ever were like a toddler and like put jelly on the plate and just went. Pff, pff, pff. But you notice as you're doing that, you just see like goo everywhere, all of you now.
Ew.
And you hear a familiar voice that's you haven't heard in long ago. Carl, it's me, Wally's mom.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
You see her out the door. You see her out the window, and she goes, "Come here, my little one," and she holds out her hand, holds out her arms for a big old hug.
I'm going straight to her. I'm running with my little legs. In my dream, I have tiny legs.
All right. As you do so, you go ahead and, running with your little legs, you reach into her arms and you leap into them, and you feel her warm skin and her silk of her outfit, and then it changes. You feel
Ooh.
something. The silkiness turns into silky slime.
Ew.
And you notice, with your eyes closed in pure joy, your arms going out larger, and it seems like you're holding on to a wall of flesh. Then you see it.
Hopefully it's her flesh.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
You see the figure, its giant wall-like worm twisting. You're in space, and it's twisting around you, and you see what appears to be its head reach out towards you and goes, Wally's mom has got it going on. I'm joking. You hear the voice growl and goes, "You've seen my essence, and I've seen yours. Come to thee, Carl, for I'm for what's Wally's is yours." And its mouth begins to open, and you see in the middle of it like a purple, bluish star, but it's pure horror. But then, just when it's about to hit you, this light blinds you. You find yourself on a field, and you see that you are actually not on a field, but on top of a plateau in the mountains. And you see a magnificent llama. And the llama approaches you and morphs into a dark-skinned woman with long black hair, with ceremonial garb of leaves and leaves and cloths, and says, "Dear child Carl, dear sweet Carl, trust me, I know no matter what would have been said, you were going to leap into her arms." And she touches your cheek and goes, "Mama Koyama knows. Mama Koyama always knows." And she goes, "Now, hopefully no more bad dreams. I'll make sure you don't get any, at least for a week. Okay?" And she touches your cheek, Carl.
Oh, can I hug her?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I'm gonna hug her.
All right, she gives you a big old hug too, and goes, and says, "You'll find out more about that," and taps your tattoo, and goes, "Just remember, if anyone can beat that curse and live it, and hell, even grow with it and learn to control it, it's you." And she stands up and goes, "Sweet dreams, Carl." And you feel the warmthness of the bed. And you noticed she left you with one more gift. You notice your pillow is on the cool side of the pillow.
Yes! Good dreams tonight. Everything is right in the world.
Yes, everything is right. I'm gonna write down this note so I don't forget about it. Okay, so the day comes, and it's about 3 o'clock or so, and you are being escorted in a rather large building. You go through some stairs and go through this maze of a building, and you find yourself in the courtroom that is described. You see the balconies are full of people. Apparently, as you start walking in, a few of them start chanting, "Ass, ass, ass, ass." You notice it's coming from this section of what appears to be fjordish sounding people in the stands, clearly hurting of your tales from what you did, Mirka. As you all approach and get in your booth to the right side, you see the lawyer Bjorn on the other side of the aisle. He nods at you guys and pulls out a suitcase. And this is when you see an elven guard in traditional all-metal attire with a long spear tap his spear on the ground and goes, "All rise for the judges." And they approach in. The first one you see is the main speaker. He is a larger set elf, and appears to be wearing the garb with the most a black garb with a green garb with yellow stripes, but a noticeable crimson stripe on top.
And this is Miamis? Or
yes,
Miamis?
Miamis. The other judges have the similar attire, but don't have the crimson stripe on top. Next one you see is he appears to be a cleric vibe of sorts. You see on his garb, he has a symbol of what appears to be the the name is escaping me right now, but it's a holy symbol of the elves, a matriarch actually, of the High Elven race.
And which speaker is that?
Speaker of magic.
Okay.
The next speaker comes in as wearing a almost like her hair pulled back, almost like in what appears to be elven battle braids. For if you've heard in lore. She looks rather thin, looks stern as well, and she is the speaker of conflict. And that's Ariona, if you guys even remembering that.
Sorry, what did I miss? Was it okay?
Oh, it's okay. It's the court time. I'm talking about the judges.
Alright, anything crucial? Really important, or nothing?
Carl
No
had a
big deal.
sick dream when he was hugging Jimmy's mom, but ended up being a giant universe-eating worm. But then he was
Oh, boy.
saving a llama, and this is how you know God cares. Not only did she save him from a bad dream for a week, she flipped his pillow. He got cool sounding pillow.
No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. That's my goddess right there.
He's the best.
Next one is an elf with brown circular glasses, similar glasses you saw on the King of Eldway. This circular, almost John Lennon looking glasses. He is Aexis. He is the speaker of the people. And lastly is the oldest member. He's walking with the king and has some weight to him. And he is an older elf with who's kind of taking his time getting up to the stand. He has some assistants getting up to his stand, and they all stand forward as you see Fatulor turning around, being the speaker of the ages, with the rest of the judges. The guard speaks and says, "All may seat," and you are seated. And this is when Mayamus, the speaker of the Empire, speaks. Thank you to all who've gathered here today. We are here to determine, rather, our guests into our empire, the anti-social society, and then you hear someone in the balcony yell, "Us!" And he stops and looks over and gives a stern "who was that" face. He goes, "Anyway, we are here in regards to the death of Nutty Faye Moontoes, and to judge to see if you are all in compliance with her death in any way or any sort. Well, I take that back. We have called 3 eyewitnesses. 2 of your witnesses were able to show." He looks over and pulls out a note and says, The clerk. What's his name, goddammit? Tharajan was his name. Tharajan was found dead deceased in his apartment. He had been shot in the head. so we will be missing one today. For those who don't know, that was your cleric who you bribed. It goes now. I will go ahead and let the prosecutor speak and tell the court and us what we have. And he sits back down. You see Baron approach the stand and goes, "Your honors, our judges, our beautiful citizens in the stand. For those who don't know, she was not just a hag. She was a good hag. She was the one who did miracles and such, and was essential to certain important parts of our empire. Working her way in Eldway, and finding her way into Nether's Den, she aided the king of the country until his death, and left after his son Gustav was only several months old. She came to our world, and she made a home for herself. She was known by the community as being polite and generous, and she was also known by many to be very wise and full of intelligence. It is said that she's always said that she had unfinished business to do by some of her friends, especially as of late. And unfortunately, we may not never know what that business is. For until we ask to cast a spell on her to verify that we are able to identify the killers, we will, until then, do our due diligence and see if these gentlemen across the aisle from me are in fact involved in their death. Now, allow me to state the charges. The first charge is let's see here. The first charges are fingerprints. We have fingerprints on Nutty Faye Moon toes. This is of a fairy. A fairy in the audience, he points to you, Nutmeg.
So are these charges or accusations?
Sorry,
And do we get an opening statement?
Sorry, that's correct. I'm sorry. Let's rewind. I'll go ahead and rewind it back.
Objection.
Yes. Yeah. The judge goes, yes. BRN, you're rhyming a little bit. The Supreme Justice goes, yes. Relix. Was your objection? And of course, while you're at
That
it,
was
your statement.
that was me joking about these aren't accusations. That's like anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So Relix stands and approaches the bench. I love that I still have my Halloween costume with Matt Murdock. Anyway, so I'm not actually gonna get up and walk around, but so Relix approaches, says, "Your honors, supreme judges, and members of the crowd, we are not here today to argue or dispute that what has happened is terrible. Our thoughts and feelings go out to those mourning the loss of Relix would know her name, but her name actually escapes my mind right now.
There you go.
But Moontos, our thoughts and feelings go out to them mourning her loss, and we are not here to argue or dispute that it is a terrible loss of someone that was loved near and dear. What we are here today is to simply say that although this was terrible and we were here, it was simply not us. We have the evidence to back this up, and we are here to simply explain what happened and shed some light on the entire scenario. We are here to plead innocent, and are simply here to just tell you everything we possibly can. No malintent, no secret tricks, no dirty laundry. We're here to air it all out.
Very good, excellent opening statement. Now, I believe the first matter of business is, let's see here, I've never actually done an order in court like this before. But I believe the first thing we should get to know first is the Antisocial Society. We have a few witnesses that can vouch for you. That are willing to vouch for you and answer our questions that we ask. As I said, these accusations presented forward are prints on the body, prints on a relic of sorts, the living situation of the household, as well as the passports situation. Now, let's go ahead and have our character witnesses arrive. And you see before you, approach the stand, is a familiar face to Nutmeg in particular. You notice her because you know her body. She's wearing skinnish tight Victorian era clothing with a corset and everything by the looks of it. And she is wearing with a hat with a black veil over her face. And inside the veil, lights like around the hat itself, almost like the lights. It looks like oil, like an oil light almost, illuminating her face under the black veil, showing a very pretty face, and not the other face. And she looks over, and as she approaches the stand, she looks over at you guys, gives a little wave to Nutmeg, and takes the stand and goes, "Hello." And you see Biran go, "Hello." He goes, "So, tell me, Gertrude, do you know Nutty?" And she goes, "Yes, I've known Nutty. She was an excellent woman, as you described. Woman was able to undo and do magic at any time, any day. Anytime she wanted, she could do it. In fact, it was me who told them," she points to you guys, and goes, "told them to seek her out, because they were looking for a cure." And the Biran goes, "What kind of cure?" And she goes, "The cure for acid hands. It's a spell that it's a curse that starts at one part of the body and spreads. I don't remember the reason as to why they asked me for acid hands." She goes, "But they're strong people. They're strong, and well, they helped me out. Honestly, I don't understand why you can't just call me. I could tell you they're great guys." And this is when Biran asks this question that kind of stumps her, and that is, "Really? Well, tell me, have they killed?" She looks at her and goes, "Killed? I mean, it doesn't work for me, but I'm almost certain that they haven't killed to murder." He goes, "Yes, but are they willing to do anything they can to get what they need?" And she goes, "Well, isn't anyone?" And Biran, kind of like taken off guard by this, kind of snaps back and goes, "Well, let me ask you this. Tell me, what can he do?" And he points to Carl. And she goes, "Well, he can get big, you know?" And Biran turns around and goes, "Carl, please stand up.
Please stand up.
Please stand up."
Carl stands up, but he doesn't really stand up very high.
He's barely even above the podium.
Yeah, if anything, he gets lower. Like when he was in the chair, he was higher. He just
My feet couldn't touch the ground.
Yeah. So, Biran goes to Carl and goes, "Carl, can you rage for the court? Can you get big?"
I mean, I'm not. I don't know. Carl's, I'm a little shy. You know, and now he's like being put in front of her. Like, I mean,
He's got performance anxiety.
yeah, he has some performance anxiety.
Rillick stands and says, "May I assist, Carl?"
Biran Ryan's about to say something, and the Supreme Judge goes, yes, Relix, please say what you need to say to the young gentleman.
Thank you. Permission to approach?
Of course.
Thank you. Relix walks up to Carl. He raises his right hand. He gets on Carl's level, raises his right hand, and his mage hand simultaneously appears on the other side. Says, Carl, don't f this up, and then slaps him at the same time with his mage hand and his real hand.
The double bitch slap.
Carl is like, and then he rages out, and he becomes very big Carl.
All right.
Carl.
Everyone in the audience is kind of taken back off guard as this small little child turns into a rather buff-looking mid-late 20-year-old man.
The entire jury is swayed.
Yeah. One of the fans in the audience goes, "Oh, he did the thing! He did the thing!"
Oh my god, he did! I can't believe it! I want an autograph.
Do the roar.
Do the war!
Carl smash.
Carl.
I wasn't ready for the roar part.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
No, I just love that. I love that scene so much. Okay. So Carl gets big, and the judge at the Chief Justice's eyebrows raise a little bit, and he goes, "My, that child can certainly look like he's old enough to buy beer." He goes, "Thank you, Carl. You may take a seat."
Carl. And then he walks down and sits back down.
Sits down and proceeds to break the chair.
I move over to the next chair.
The chair barely holds you. You kind of have to.
Almost reminds you.
Yeah, like honestly, the chairs are kind of small. Like it really, if there were a halfling chairs, you kind of have like one chair in each butt cheek to do it. But considering how thick you are. Anyway, so Gertrude goes, yes, he can turn into that. And that is when Biran comes forward and goes, and that is why we're wondering if these welts that were on beneath Munto's bodies were big enough, well, to encompass almost her entire body. It seemed like brute force. We're only able to know for a fact it was human hands because of the spacing of the bones. It was either a bugbear or a barbarian. Now, I'm not saying the child is evil, but to be manipulated by elder peers into doing a crime of a punching bag against a little old lady, well, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm thinking too. And you see Gertrude goes, psst, put that and etch that into stone. And Biran turns around and goes, I am very much done with this lady. The Chief Justice looks down and goes, I see. Do you wish to ask Gertrude any questions?
Yes, please.
Do so as you will.
Thank you, Your Honor. Relix stands and approaches the bench. So, Gertrude, let's be frank here. We're gonna make this very simple, no hard questions, no hard feelings. We're gonna talk about how we met,
Okay.
when our group first came into contact with you, and your first impressions of us, as well as the vibe you got from us after doing work with us and talking with us.
Okay.
So let's start with, how did we meet? Can you go ahead and elaborate?
Yes, I situate myself in the area in the country of Lodenlands. I live in the rural areas in the woods, but I have a pretty decent home to myself. Shit, where did you guys go to her for? I'm having a moment here. Shit.
I was hoping you would remember.
Yeah.
What I think it was, is we were trying to make friends, and Peter said there's someone you could go talk to that needs some work done. Could kind of lay low and make a friend. I think, maybe,
Okay.
possibly. I don't remember.
Yeah, no,
We
that's
definitely
fair.
did work for her, that's for sure.
Yes.
Oh,
Either
yeah.
way, we went to her, met her, did work for her, and she was nice enough to let us stay the night, which means she didn't think we were going to ransack the place and kill her.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
So
remember.
that's the point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember what mission I did for you guys with her.
So one of the missions that we had to do is she had us go kill a werewolf or some beast. I don't think it was an actual werewolf, it was a were-something.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you have a goblin notebook thing?
Oh yeah, you're right. I do have my goblin notebook. Thank you. I haven't
Yeah.
done that in a while. Let me go ahead and look that up.
Point being, I think one of them was like her ex or something or whatever, and still had some of her jewelry, and she sent us to go get it, effectively. I think. Again, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Can we not implicate ourselves in any more crimes, though?
Okay. I remember, and I have my notes here, so I
I
can.
mean, it's a vigilante job, you know. It's not. I wouldn't say it's illegal. I don't know.
I'll be able to take it from here with her. So she goes, yes, I remember now. So initially, I had some jobs, some former lover, someone who stole from me, and a son and father werewolf duo who I was
Oh,
associated with in the
yeah.
past.
Now,
And lastly, if I remember correctly, no, I remember. The lover was the assassin.
now let's break that down a little bit. So first, there was a lover and assassin who had taken something from you, if I remember correctly. Could you elaborate on them specifically?
Yeah, she took a magical amulet from me that I was working on, but never stabilized the magic. I always said it was our love that would keep it together, but when you kind of break up, love kind of stops working.
Understandably so.
Oh.
And you wanted that bracelet, you said it was, you wanted it back, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. And so we came into contact and you asked us to retrieve it for you.
Yes. In fact, if I remember correctly, the reason why you came to me in the first place was from a reference, a good reference.
Yes.
Which, just saying in the open here, I'm a hag. Hags, there's a reason why Nutty was so special, because not every hag is a nice hag. Working with corrupted magic kind of does that to you. But they were in particular looking for something that could help them give them shelter, and I provided that with a magical room in a dimension plane. It doesn't really matter where it's at, but it's a house that they can go. It's a little house they can go to once a couple of days.
You provided us with a place to stay when we needed it most.
Exactly. And I'll tell you this: most people who work for a hag, either they're usually the shifty folk. It's very rarely you get the good guys looking to work for you. But when I found out that you all spared the father and son duo, and it turns out they were all being hunted, and now they're, from last I checked, the guard of the town, basically. It's been, you'd be surprising how much of a drop in crime there is when there's a werewolf around. Tool.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to talk about. Is not only did we retrieve the magical item for you from your past lover, but then we went and fought a werewolf father and son duo, and instead of fighting them, instead of drawing any blood, we talked to them about it. We're not savages. We don't kill everyone. We had a problem. We talked to them and got through it without any blood being shed.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the point here is that when we're met with people, or when we meet people that are reasonable, that aren't savages, we aren't either. We are willing and able to talk to them and get it through without any blood being shed. But when we are hired to do a job and we are met with a vicious and destructive and violent force, of course, we're going to defend ourselves. And lastly, I think it's quite important to highlight, to depict exactly what Gertrude has just said. It is very rare for some good people to come to a hag looking for help. I think it's very important to highlight why we came to Gertrude. At the time, we had not been together as a group for very long. We had just come out of another country because we were framed by someone else. We were looking to make friends and lay low, which is why we came to Gertrude. Anyway, thank you, Gertrude. No further questions, Your Honors.
Thank you, and thank you, Relics. And you guys notice with your passive perception, the speaker of the people, with the round glasses like what Relics is wearing, is slowly nodding his head in approval.
You said the speaker of what?
Speaker of the people is nodding in approval.
It is so fucking weird to wear these and look at colors. Holy shit. I know that that's red, but it looks yellow.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'll stop now.
Perfect. After that, the next, I know it's getting close to the end, so I'm gonna speed around a little bit. The next guest that was called forth was after Gertrude, who of course had to leave with a little wave to Nutmeg again. The next
I
person.
will wave back.
You what?
I will do a little wave back.
Smiles and blushes under the oil light and walks out. Next on the stand is the halfling Seraphina. She was asked generally the question is how she got to know you guys, and said essentially as such. We were in the book for about from my understanding, 2 weeks. Me and my party, we were trying to recruit. We recruited a sorceress. We got one, and before I know it, when we all went to bed, we all woke up in dark, scary places. We were actually in chests, but she had this book, so from my understanding, we were in the book. Look, I don't understand what really happened during that time period because it all feels like a dream now, literally being in the pages. But that was, our freedom was given to us. Let's just say the first thing that opened up when I was hog-tied in was I saw these guys. She points to you all. And goes, then after that, the evil clones of me and my men fought them, and she was throwing a freaking cyclops at them. It was crazy. All I could do was just whimper and be tied up, and I'm not into that. So, yeah, these people were. I mean, Ass is great. Like they're good people. I mean, they stayed at my place for a few days, and said they were gonna go off and talk to their friend. And yeah, no, they're good people. They're very good people, and I'm and I'm still appreciative of them to this day. I hope to be as good as them one day. And you see in the audience a thumbs up, a noticeable thumbs up, and it's Seraphina's old crew giving you guys a thumbs up. And Biran asks her about your intentions, and in finding Naife Muntos, and her response was, I don't really remember exactly why they went to Nutty, but I do know when they lived with us. I mean, come on, our last house tenant that lived with us put us in cases and put us in a book. The bar was kind of low, but they didn't do that. Viran sighs and goes, okay, another stellar review. The judge asks, do you wish to ask Seraphina any questions?
I do have a few questions for her, Your Honors.
Okay.
Relix stands and walks over to the bench. Seraphina, I have no serious questions for you. I just want to know how you're doing. Are you doing well?
I'm doing a lot better, thanks.
Fantastic. Glad you're doing well. I hope your crew's doing well. Once we get out of this, I'm sure we'll stop by the house and say hello.
She smiles and goes, give me a heads up and I'll have something made.
Relix taps the bench and then walks back. No further questions, Your Honors.
Alright. So, after that, Seraphina leaves, and you notice after she leaves, a few minutes later, you see her joining the rest of her crew up in the upper balcony. Lastly, you see is Sven the Younger. Sven is the Viking-looking guy who joined your crew for a brief period, and when asked about what happened, he said, well, I was working for a Viking lord who kind of was a great pirate once, but kind of went mad, and I joined with them to kind of bring him in and start a new life. For those who don't know, my dad is sick. He's a veteran from the culling, and he hasn't really been the same way ever since the Empire's tried to wiping out the entirety that is independent privateering. But, I mean, essentially as such, I was with them. We went to go turn in the Viking Lord, but then the Fire Nation attacked. I mean, the Giants attacked. The Giants laid siege and was scary as hell. I've never seen artillery fire before until I saw that. That wasn't, artillery was as big as Giants. There's a lot of chaos. We fought off a hill giant. We fought off a stone giant. I went into a plane with them, this new high-tech plane that I've never seen in my entire life that Nutbank flew as well as the pilot. And before you know it, these guys, these assholes, see a war blimp in the distance and think, oh hey, war blimp, should we run away like no one else? No, let's go take it over. And they took it over. They did. They commandeered a war blimp built by fire giants, got most of the crew to fall out the window, including our pilot. Rest in peace, Dean. But they still brought us back, and yeah, they're great. They're great at what they do. I look forward to seeing them again. My dad definitely wants to cater them one day for saving my life, and also, honestly, he goes, I honestly don't know why you brought me up here. I'm actively seeking to try and be part of their crew. Maybe not like main guys, but I can definitely help out with the ship. And Byron looks at him and goes, Well, that's interesting and all. But my question for you is, when they attacked... Sorry, I'm trying to remember what happened. He
That's
goes-
okay. Baron doesn't know what happened.
No, yeah, I remember now. He goes, Byron goes, now, if I remember correctly, you said Dean was a pilot who fell through the window. And she goes, yes. He goes, how did she fall out the window? And he says, well, Nutmeg casted a spell that brought out a giant anchor that jerked the ship into a very violent direction. If I remember correctly, I saw a lot of sailors fall out the window, but Dean she lost slip of their handle, and he points to Carl. He tried to grab her, but he didn't, and she fell to her death. He goes, so are they willing to risk any sort of life in means of getting what they want, including information? And Sven goes, I don't think they purposely meant to make her fall. And he goes, but they're willing to do whatever they can to clear their name. And he goes, and Sven goes, I guess. Baron goes, well, that's all I have to ask. Supreme Judge looks at you, Alex, and goes, do you wish to ask Sven any questions?
I would.
They proceed.
Relix nods his head and stands and approaches the bench. So, there's not a whole lot we need to go over here. I just want to reiterate what you were trying to say and continue what you were saying. So, stop me at any point if this doesn't seem right. Nutmeg used an item that formed a giant anchor to stop the war blimp. It was a magic item. And doing so rocked the entire ship, because it's a giant war blimp and it suddenly stopped. Everyone fell, everyone was grasping for railings, and unexpectedly, the pilot didn't reach one of the railings and was falling off the ship. Is that correct?
That's correct. I was, if I remember correctly, I was shotgun to the left with I had a shotgun in hand. I was to make sure sailors. That's right. I was to make sure sailors didn't come down from the blimp on the side through the windows. And
yes.
I grabbed onto one of the windows. No, it happened very, very fast. But it seemed like I saw Deem's arm do kind of one of these to one of the top rails, but she didn't grab. And if I remember correctly, when she was falling, her hand slipped out of the steering wheel like it was butter.
Butter?
So, on top of her unintentionally and unfortunately falling off of the blimp, do you remember if we tried at all to stop this from happening, or if during these sequence events we actively tried to throw her off? Did we try and stop it? Did we try and save her? Anything like that?
I believe Carl tried reaching out to her, and he was the only one close enough to her at the time.
Right.
My dad.
So,
Dad, sorry to interrupt you, but I meant to say, Dad taught me some good stuff growing up. And one of the things that I was taught was people are human, even elves, even dwarves, and even the Dalkin. No matter what you say, because humans all make mistakes, and sometimes humans make the calls that at the time seem like the right call. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to guess 30 sailors fell. Fighting another 30 sailors on a blimp would be very difficult. I don't know if we could have taken that many on. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't think you guys meant to kill Deem. You just saw something that would have really helped us out, and some of us rolled poorly.
I couldn't agree more. We were simply trying to make the best of the situation and trying to get everyone, not someone. We weren't willing to risk anyone. We were trying to get everyone, as much people as possible, out alive out of this terrible and traumatic environment. Unfortunately, during those sequence of events, someone mistakenly and unexpectedly fell off the railing. And even though we did not mean for that to happen, it was just happenstance, we still tried to correct it. What we could have done happened. You heard her say, Carl still tried to reach out and save her. But unfortunately, and especially those kinds of circumstance, the likelihood that we can save everyone is not likely.
Yeah.
No further questions, Your Honors.
Dodge raises his hand and goes, "You may see it. You may see it. You may sit." All right. Tell you guys what. That's like the first part of the court that's done. We'll go ahead and go off the next parts when we come back. I was gonna have you guys kind of doing an adjourned court thing anyway. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take this up next time. And if you guys want to know the answer of how long this is gonna take with the court case and the battle, I have planned it's gonna probably take 2 sessions, and after that 2 sessions, you guys are gonna level up to level 7. So thanks for the patience on that.
So,
I hope
to
you
be
guys... What's up?
just to make sure I understand what you're saying. So we're going to be in this court for the next two sessions, or just next session and 2 sessions total?
Sorry. In terms of court content, you have 1 session's worth. But like I said, that Suicide Squad, that's 2 sessions. Because you will be technically be able to leave and go do that quest.
Suicide Squad, right? Okay. The reason I ask is if we're about to be level 7, then can I just level up now so that I can start working out my spells? But if we're going to do suicide shit, probably be in combat, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't say much more because spoilers and shit, but like,
Spoilers.
I'm a shut up.
Yeah. Well, hey, I will go ahead and talk to you guys about it. I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream, though, okay?
Okay.
Bye, stream.
Bye,
Bye.
Siri.